All right, hello everyone. Hey Cedric. Yeah, kind of doing a little unusual stream today, streaming midweek instead of on Sunday. But that's fine. Figured I'd get some Legend of Zelda in. It's a game. It's one of my childhood favorite games, so I have played it quite a lot. So I'll probably go ramble a bit about game design while playing through and pointing out, all the little fun stuff that happens. Sort of the good design decisions, the bad ones that this game makes. It's kind of have a lot of fun with it. Starting out with something that people might come across as a little bit of a baffling decision is like, hey, the sword is right there. Why do they make you go get it? I don't know. It seems to me like it's a good way to kind of incentivize players to, explore the cave and see what's where. It's gonna be a little rough. It's gonna be a little janky. But definitely you can see where a lot of the series DNA comes from. I can't promise this will be a 100% run, but definitely I'll try to do as much as I reasonably can. Try to show off as many of the little secrets as I can generally remember. Certainly be one of the runs of all time. So there's a fun little glitch you can do if you enter Dungeon 1, leave, and come back. The north door is unlocked. Simple, easy to do, saves you a key. Not that it's difficult to get keys, but just one of those little things that you can do if you like playing around. We're not even into level, just barely into level 1. We've already gotten, Octoroks, Levers, Keese, Stalfos. A lot of the common enemies are, they've been here since the beginning. It's pretty cool. Compass is in there. The bone men are on the See, it's always really funny to me when another Zelda game comes out and I get to see what they've done with Stalfos. Because in this game, in A Link to the Past, in the Game Boy games, they're kind of just generic enemies. Zelda 2, Ocarina, made them more, you gotta pay attention and sword fight them, and good old Eastmost Peninsula. Yeah, I think my favorite is the Zelda 2 Stalfos, just because I have another soft spot for that game. It also is very rough, very janky, but just like the Stalfos in that game are just a little bit more involved to fight, but you know, they don't quite shield same way that Ocarina do. It's got its issues, yes. Actually played Triforce Heroes, so anyway, yeah, here we are getting the bow. Yeah, still far from being able to afford the arrows for it, but again, silly design decisions. If I had to take a stab, I'd say that one is more of a, you know, kind of teach you that, like, yes, you can in fact go into shops and buy useful things. Ourselves a boomerang. So we're gonna get the usual thing of wall masters drop a stopwatch when you kill the last one. Nope, just rupee. Okay. Anyway, here's Aquamentus. He's the first boss. Kind of funny that this game gives you a dragon in the very beginning. But yeah, you know, you can see how, like, to start the game off, it's not, you know, it's not bad at all. Like, you just kind of wander around, explore. You know, kind of the obvious path is still progression, so it's not gonna make you do too much. There we go, see, that's last enemy on the screen. Just stopwatch. Oh well. Come on. I'm getting really good luck with the blue rupee drops. Enemy drops in this game are... There's a couple of different systems. Certain enemies will only drop certain types of items. And then on top of that, you get certain things for killing a certain number in a row without getting hit. You know, if you're doing a speedrun or something, it's definitely worth keeping in mind, but for the most part, you know, you want blue rupees, fight more Tektites. You want more bombs, fight more moblins and blue Octoroks. Also, yes, the fact that you can go out and buy a lot of the stuff, including keys in this game. You can buy your keys if you really want to. go hit level 2. Oh, dang, 2 bomb drops. Probably should have pointed out while I was in level 1 that the map is shaped like an eagle. But, anyway, yeah, so, you know, level 1, pretty simple, straightforward. Level 2, it's got a lot of these ropes, who, as you can see, will charge forward once you're in a line with them. They're part of the enemy group that has a lot of blue rupee drops, like the Tektites, so, you'll very likely be coming out of Dungeon 2 with, you know, enough money to afford some fun upgrades, which I will definitely discuss once we get there. I can't remember which of these are the Zols and which are the Gels. I think the Gels are the little ones. Yeah, as we can see now that we have the map, Dungeon 2 is the Moon Dungeon. They're all shaped like things. For the most part, sometimes you kind of gotta take your glasses off and squint, but... Ah! Usually I'm better than that. I think that's broken my like 4 or 5 deathless run streak right there. Go here and fight the Moldorms instead. We'll be back to get the magical boomerang in there, but I'd rather not do it with 1 heart, you know. Alright, so we got a guaranteed bomb drop in that room. So in a sense, you could say that bombs are the dungeon item for here. Yeah, time to get another one of the old man's very, very classic lines. single heart drop. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. So, yeah, Dodongo. He dislikes smoke, and bombs explode with a smoky explosion. Yeah, that made sense to me as a kid. Alright, let's go get that boomerang. So yeah, in addition to blowing holes in walls, which I haven't demonstrated yet, but we'll definitely do so in Dungeon 3, bombs. They deal a lot of damage. Now we got the magical boomerang, which goes all the way across the screen. So before we go diving into level 3, it's definitely a... Alright, so a blue rupee from a red off the rock, that means it's my 10 in a row enemy. Before we hit up level 3, I'm gonna go do a little shopping trip. No, this is a secret to everyone. And yeah, just, you get random hidden secrets like that all over the place. Basically the way, near as I can tell, the way you were supposed to find those out is the way most people found them out back in the day, is just touch everything, try to burn every tree. You know, bomb every wall. It takes a lot, but you know, you talk to your friends and talk about the cool secrets you found and get that rumor mill going. On the left. Crap, I don't remember how much that is. I might save that. Yep, there's a few of these hidden around the overworld. It's kind of a trick choice, because if you don't pick the heart container, then you permanently miss out on maximum health. So yeah, and yeah, if you know exactly what you're doing and you go to, you hit up all the ones that you can get, you know, enough hearts to get the tier 2 sword and whatnot all before the first dungeon. I'm going to want the candle eventually. I don't want it for level 4, but I think... for level 3 is what that goes. And now I have arrows for the bow. Stock up on bombs and get the big shield. Might as well. Should help avoid any further embarrassing deaths. Last enemy on the screen drops a stopwatch. The permanently missing a heart container said, old school games. That's one of those design decisions that I can't really justify. Other than, you know, this was 1987. They didn't really know any better at the time. Oh, the stopwatch? Just luck. You know, the enemy has a stopwatch in their drop list, and so happens that the last one is the one that drops it. Level 3. Got ourselves a interesting green palette here. We've got the bigger of the Zols slash gels. As you can see, They die in one shot to the bow and arrow. If you stab them with the wooden sword, they split. Here are dark nuts. They got shields, so if you stab them in the front, they take no damage. You know what I'll do? I'll pretend I don't know what I'm doing. Go explore this part of the dungeon that most people never see. So yeah, we got the old man here who tells us about the level 2 sword. It's very cool that he shows up in level 3 because, you know, as people who are familiar with this game might know, you need 5 maximum hearts in order to pick it up. And, well, you start off with 3 and 1 heart container from level 1, 1 from level 2. Gets us the 5 we need, so, you know, his hint is always relevant. There's also a few other things. You know, the fact that, like I said, dark nuts are kind of a pain in the ass to fight. They got a lot of health. You got the Zols that split, or the Gels that split, whichever one. You know, this dungeon was very much, I feel, intentionally designed to be difficult with the wooden sword. Its shape is a manji. Not the other symbol you may be thinking of that looks very similar to that. Actually, you know what? I'll show it off. Why not? It's fun. So yeah, I had mentioned that, you know, you can bomb through walls occasionally. Sometimes it's required, sometimes it's not. This is Manhandla. He's, according to the manual, he's a mutated piranha plant of all things. Hyrule Warriors went with a big ol' like Deku Baba-like design for it, which I thought was pretty cool. I've gotten a single bomb kill, I think, once. Anyway, we still have quite a bit more level to explore. I really don't feel like heading all the way up and then backtracking, so... keep to my goal of trying to show off as much as I can. Like, particularly in this dungeon, it's one that a lot of people I see just kind of rush through, you know, for obvious reasons. Oh. It must be in the one room that I skipped. Bombing Dark Nuts is a very interesting thing. I think whether or not they take damage is based on the direction that you and they are facing when you lay the bomb, or possibly when it explodes, but like it doesn't check the facing of like where the bomb is relative to them. It's just, it looks at Link's current facing, so it's a little silly, but you know, as you can see, if it all works out, it looks really good.